I think somebody needs our help. Come on, let's hit up a patrol.
Hey everyone, Leo Bond here. I'm back again today for the Best Buy Canada blog, and this time it's with a look at the Sphero Spiderman app-enabled superhero, a fun interactive toy that definitely has both its positive and negative aspects. And we're going to get into what some of those are in just a minute or so here, but first I just want to quickly consider what this toy is. So Spider-Man is a very static figure. He doesn't move around like some of Sphero's other licensed releases like Lightning McQueen or the Star Wars droids, and in some ways that really limits what you can do with him. He does have limited arm articulation. They can kind of move forward and backwards, but he doesn't actually move them himself or really anything else. You have to do it for him, and so he really just stands there and interacts with you verbally as well as through his expressive LCD eyes, which I do have to say are pretty cool. They're high resolution and they've got the same sort of squinty focus that the Spider-Man suit in Captain America Civil War had, so the one that Tony Stark made. And they basically reveal Spider-Man's different emotions, so that's kind of a cool feature. Aside from that, Spider-Man also features an exterior made of ultra premium silicone, so basically his Spidey suit, and the material feels kind of rubbery and almost lifelike, and I kind of liken it to maybe a wetsuit or something like that. It does seem fairly durable, and of course Spider-Man is at least half hid. He's kind of got that super deformed or bobblehead kind of look, which makes him a bit of a cutesy figure, and one that really should look pretty cool sitting on most people's toy shelves, especially if you're a big Spider-Man or Marvel fan. And if so, I think you're probably going to like this toy quite a bit, at least from an aesthetic standpoint and in terms of its overall build quality or construction. But what exactly can this Spider-Man do? Well, that is where Sphero's Spider-Man app comes in, because Spider-Man here uses Bluetooth Smart to connect to either your iOS or Android-based device. Be sure to check the minimum requirements for your device before you go ahead and get one of these. And anyway, once you get that app installed, that is where the real fun begins. But not before you have to go through several different firmware upgrades and feature upgrades and that sort of thing. You know, it did take several minutes for me to complete this, and you also have to connect your Spider-Man to your home Wi-Fi network before you can do any of it. So don't hide your Wi-Fi password from yourself like I did. I spent an age trying to track that thing down. Anyway, Spider-Man here comes with a near full battery charge right out of the box. The instructions actually said that there would be enough of a charge with him to sort of get started, and that charging normally would take in the 4-hour range and result in about 2 hours of continuous playtime. But when I placed my Spider-Man on his cool web-patterned charging base and plugged it in via the USB plug, a full battery was indicated in just about 2 minutes. So he obviously came with a very full charge. And by the way, the spider logo there on his chest, that is also his on switch, and of course it also flashes during charging, and it will go out once he's fully charged. Now, as for the in-app features, there are a whole bunch of different things that you can do with your Spider-Man, but the first thing that you have to do once you've set everything up is pick your own superhero name, and there are some kind of preset options that you can pick from. They may or may not appeal to you. I ended up being called Stealth Wolf, which I didn't exactly love, but I guess it's not too bad. And once you've got your name, you kind of start to going through some of the different activities, and they're pretty fun. For example, there's a team up feature where you get to go through different training scenarios with your Spider-Man to kind of hone your own superhero skills, and that's basically just a bunch of games that Spider-Man walks you through, and he might ask you to do certain things like say specific words or phrases, or pick him up and shake him around or things like that, to kind of activate one of his own powers. And once you practice your skills a little bit, or even sooner if you want to, you can go onto the Fighting Villains feature of the app, where again you team up with Spider-Man, only this time it's to take on major villains like Venom or the Lizard. So that one is pretty cool as well, and is very similar to the regular team-up feature, only, you know, this is where it really counts. But my favorite part of the app is probably just the Hangout feature, where Spider-Man basically can tell you lots of interesting jokes or stories, and you can even have a real face-to-face chat with him. And for the most part, he's pretty good at that. You can ask him just about anything, and if he recognizes some of the keywords in what you're saying, he'll talk about whatever it is that you're asking about. Of course, he's not going to know every subject in the world, and there were lots of times when I would ask him something and he just didn't respond at all. And I'm not sure if he didn't know what I was asking about, or maybe it was an accent thing and just couldn't understand me. I'm not too sure. But whenever I did hit on a subject that he was, sort of familiar with, he had lots of interesting things to say about it. And, I just really enjoyed having him around overall. And, of course, he does have some other features in that app, too. There's an alarm feature that you can maybe use to wake you up in the morning or to remind you of something. You just set the time and he'll wake you up or whatever. And he can also guard your room and try to scare off intruders. And later on, he'll even give you a full report of whenever someone came into the room, basically. Now, his sensors aren't perfect, and, he doesn't always catch those intruders, but he is pretty good at it. He's just not quite perfect. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about Spider-Man for now. He is a pretty cool toy overall. I just wish he had some movement built in him like Sphero's Lightning McQueen does, because, he's basically just a static statue. So not quite as cool as Lightning in my opinion, but overall still pretty cool. Now, for more information on Sphero's Spider-Man app-enabled superhero, you can go and read my complete written review over at Best Buy Canada's blog, where you'll also find reviews of many other top tech toys that are currently available, as well as various articles on a number of other interesting products that Best Buy has. And that's going to do it for me for now. Once again, this is Leo Bond reporting, so I'd just like to thank you all for watching. Have an excellent day, and I'll see you soon. Spider-Man?
Bonjour, partner.
Tell me a joke.
What did the toilet paper say to its parents? You're a great role model.